Did you notice the dagger the killer used? It's too fine a weapon for such a man. The blade is Valyrian steel, the handle Dragonbone. Someone gave it to him.
Hi folks, Ty Berenger here with Dryad Gaming Co. I got all this nervous energy going on right now because it's like Game of Thrones time, the last season, and I'm scared. Who gonna sit on the big pointy chair? I don't know. So I'm gonna go and build a Game of Thrones thing. I got a lot of other work to do, so I kind of want this to be a little bit of a quick one. So I'm gonna build what might be arguably the most important weapon in Game of Thrones, and that is Bran's Dagger. Okay, I know it's not really Bran's. It's Littlefinger's or Arya's. You know which one I'm talking about. I'm gonna go build that now. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the blade because that seems way easier than the handle. I've got this Zebrawood scrap. It's a little on the thin side, but that's okay. It's the blade, so whatever. All I'm gonna do right now, draw out the design on a piece of paper, slap it on there, cut it out. Easy. To represent the Valyrian steel blade, I'm using Zebrawood because it has stripes like pattern welded steel. For the Dragonbone hilt, I'm using Wenge because it sort of reminds me of the Dragonbone. And for the gold, I'm using Canarywood because it has these nice gold hues. I'm not making a replica in that I'm not trying to hide the fact that this is wood. In fact, it's sort of a celebration of the different looks of wood. Okay, so pretty much the last thing to do on the blade is cut this groove that goes in on the face near the top. Don't know why it's there, but it is, so we're going to do it. I'm going to take this cutting wheel to establish the line, and then I'm going to take this diamond burr to actually make it into a nice, like, thick groove. So, yeah, let's make a slit that doesn't seem to have any purpose to it. Okay, my lack of patience kind of got the best of me, and I did a pretty sloppy job on that groove, so I'm going to really zig where I really zagged before, and I'm going to have my CNC router take care of it. Thanks, robots. That's what I call a nice groove. I've used my calipers and everything to make what I call an exact-ish drawing of the Dragonbone part of the hilt. Got my Wenge block. I'm gonna slap the paper on there, and then we're gonna go on to the old scroll saw. Alright, now it's time to actually start carving our Dragonbone Wenge handle. I'm used to making really square things, and this is anything but square, so I'm going to really have to take my time here. It's not my specialty. Going to start here on the spindle sander. I'll move to a handheld Dremel later on. Just going to take it slow, and just going to have fun with it. Okay, the Dragonbone Wenge handle is all carved out. I learned a lot about these sort of organic shapes. It was a lot of fun, and I'm proud of how it turned out. So now comes, I think, a much more difficult task, and that's going to be shaping all of those gold accents, which again are going to be made out of Canarywood, like I have right here. I'm going to start with the pointy spike that goes on the bottom here, because I think that'll be easiest and will kind of inform how the Canarywood works. I finished up all these gold Canarywood little trim accents, whatever you want to call it, and I glued on the Zebrawood blade. I sort of cut in a little section here. It's just like a little itty bitty tang. I put it in with epoxy because you don't really need to clamp epoxy, and obviously this would be tough to clamp. Meanwhile, on the CNC, I went ahead and cut out these the sort of claw thing that goes right here. I'm going to cut out parts of both of these and then sandwich them over this and carve it from there. While I was working on this, I cut out these little Bloodwood ovals on the CNC because it's better at curves than I am. And those will end up being the jewels that go in the middle of that. The last couple things I have to do are, again, carve the little Bloodwood jewels and then put in additional little black jewels here, here, and here on both sides. So 6 in total. So I have this little Wenge scrap. It's the same wood as the handle. I am going to just round over the end of it, cut off that little tip. It'll be a half dome, and I'll put that into the Canarywood. I'm going to do that 6 times. It's going to be real easy. Razor sharp. The Game of Thrones dagger is done. I really enjoyed this. I learned a lot. I hope you enjoyed this as well. Please let me know if you did, and please let me know if you'd like me to do something similar again sometime. I wish you good fortune in the wars to come.